Con. All right, first thing first, I want to give call halal, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. That's all praises to the Heavenly Father in the name of His only begotten Son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. And let's just get straight into it, man. Give me Matthew 13.
Con, this is Matthew chapter 13. I'm going to start at verse 16. But blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your ears, for they hear. Blessed
are your eyes because they see, and for your ears because they hear. We got to understand, having this knowledge of us knowing that we are the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and natives, are the Israelites of the Bible, is a blessing within itself to have eyes to see it and the ears to hear it. And then to ultimately comprehend and understand what actually comes with that. The pride, the sense of pride and enjoyment and gladness we should have being God's chosen people. But the thing is, that's a blessing as well. In Matthew 13, Christ was speaking to the multitude of people. And the disciples were asking, why do you speak in parables to these people? Because it wasn't for them to get it. You know, some of our people, unfortunately, they have to die. Some of us just aren't going to get it, and it's not for them. But he speaks unto parables, and we get the understanding because it is for us, because we were blessed. We got to understand the Most High God just don't pass blessings out. We got to understand these senses that we were given, because we see examples in the Bible where men are blinded, and where men are deafened. And give me Isaiah, what's that? That's Isaiah 6 and 9. This is what that's being talked about when you go into Matthew. I want to say 13 and 35. It talks about how their hearts have waxed cold and their ears are heavy. Read that out.
6 and 9.
God.
This is Isaiah chapter 6 and verse 9. And he said, go and tell the people, this people, Slacky, hear ye indeed, but understand not. See ye indeed, but perceive not. Make the heart of this people fat, and make their ears heavy. They're going to hear and see all these things, and they're not going to be able to perceive and understand. That's why we're going to be called crazy while we in this walk. Because it's not given for everybody to just understand. We can't keep forcing or trying to force our will on other people, and the Most High God has a will on their own. But at the same time, it's for us to have gratitude and us to understand and humble ourselves as good, just as well as we had this blessing to have this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Is just as well the Most High can strip that blessing from you, and you come back to being deaf, dumb, and blind. Give me Proverbs 3. Just don't drop the preset, nigga. You good? Or maybe I have to do it to you, bro. Proverbs 3 and 13. Con. You got it. Go ahead.
This is Proverbs chapter 3, verse 13. Happy is the man that findeth wisdom.
Happy is the man that findeth wisdom. Keep going.
And the man that getteth understanding.
And the man that getteth understanding. What's that wisdom? That law. These laws that we're supposed to get. Happy is a man that findeth these things. We rejoice in understanding who we are, and we got to keep the law and keep the faith, and we actually have a chance of receiving that glory in that kingdom. That's what we're supposed to rejoice in and be happy about. But like we were saying, that's so easy to get. But at the same time, if you're not working diligently and you're not being humble with the gift that the Most High gave you, it can be stripped from you just as fast. Give me then Sarak 17.
This is Sarak chapter 17, verse 5. They received the use of the 5 operations of the Lord. The 5 operations of the Lord. How a regular Christian or a science will tell you, man only has 5 senses. Smell, touch, taste, sight, smell, and hearing. Those are the 5 operations, right? Keep going. And in the 6th place.
And in the 6th, that 6th operation.
He imparted them understanding.
And in the 6th is understanding. That's a blessing. For you to, you know what's crazy? They always say, open your third eye, open your third eye. No, nigga, understand that you have more than 5 senses and unlock that sense and get this understanding. Keep going.
And in the 7th, speech.
And in the 7th, speech. Keep going.
An interpreter of
cognition, which means the interpreter of deep thoughts and sayings. So that's what Christ is talking about. It's not given for them to have this understanding. That's why he speaks in parables. But us understanding and having that wisdom, that's why it's happy to have that wisdom. We understand now in Sarak, a wisdom book, we have 7 senses, and us having this understanding is us finally being unblinded to it. And we're not talking about actual with seeing eyes, but a spiritual unblindness. Because we see, our people see what we're going through. Our people see what we're saying. Our people hear that but they cannot perceive it and understand it. That's because the Most High has put that in front of them, and they don't understand. You having a cognitive ability to even think outside the box, as some people say, or you to even understand certain scriptures, that's a part of the understanding that was given under those 7 operations. Keep going.
Verse 6.
Give me examine yourself, David.
Counsel in the tongue, and eyes, ears in the heart, gave he them to understand.
And counsel, us understanding and going through counsel with our people. Shalom, brother. And counsel to other people. Know that more than likely you an Israelite. Repent, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand. Like you were saying, and get a counsel, because we know it's wise to get counsel from other brothers, right? Because we all out here spiritual and we judge spiritually. It may be some things that we going through that your brothers that have a different understanding spiritually that can pull you out and pull you forward. You know what I'm saying? Bring that up. You got it?
Yeah, go on. This 2 Corinthians,
Let's go.
2 Corinthians chapter 13 and verse 5. Examine yourselves, whether you be in the faith. Prove your own self.
It says, examine yourself whether you be in the faith. Prove your own self, because we know we have faith by Christ, because what the Mathati just bring out, works is made faith that is made perfect is with works. You have to be proving yourself by putting yourself through these works. That's right. But we got to understand, like going back to it, it's a blessing that we even have eyes to see and ears to hear, because we could be walking up there with a fattened heart and heavy ears to where we don't even understand this. We got to be diligent in this walk and really take precaution with how we use this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding that was given to us. We weren't born with this. We were born deaf, dumb, and blind, moving up and down the streets, not giving a damn, not caring about the Lord, ultimately because we chose death over life. So we got to come back. We got to examine ourselves even while we in this to be better. What you got?
I was going to piggyback off that Matthew.
Bring it out, bro. Go ahead.
Know you not your own selves?
Know you not your own selves. You know what hinders you. This going into that Passover spirit. We're going to keep some of the leaven because it makes us feel comfortable. We're going to destroy ourselves ultimately because we don't want to give up a fleshly gratification just for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? It's just that hard to give up that you rather leaven the whole lump because you don't want to expel something that is detrimental to your whole body.
How that Jesus Christ is in you, except you be reprobate?
Except you be reprobate. You're going to be a reprobate that cannot be corrected anymore. This is just how you going to live. I'm going to keep the commandments a little bit, just enough. Go out and teach just enough. What you got?
This is going off Matthew 13 and 16.
Bring it up.
This is Proverbs chapter 20, verse 12 in NLT. Bring it out. Ears to hear and eyes to see, both are gifts from the Lord. They
gifts from the Most High God. Ears to hear and eyes to see. We got to understand that what we got wasn't, we might want to say it's predestined, it's not hard, but we got to understand these things that were given, they were given of the Most High. These are blessings given to you. We got to understand what we're doing. What's that, 2 Corinthians 6, the vocation? We are called to do this. We are called to do a job that we have to be diligent in.
Ephesians chapter 4 from the top. I therefore, the prisoner of the Lord, beseech you that you walk worthy of the vocation wherewith you are called.
It said you walk therefore in the vocation which you were called. The word vocation, if you look it up, it means job. You're supposed to walk in the way of your job. The same way you niggas strive to be a manager or a supervisor in your job is the same way you're supposed to be striving and trying to get better in this truth and get closer to the Most High God. That's right. The water, God. Come. We're supposed to be, because even with some of our jobs, we say our job is a blessing. You being a teacher to your people is a blessing. You're being able to uplift your people is an actual blessing. Don't misuse it using guile to get somebody to bend to your will and do the things you want to be done. Don't be that nigga that's at the job site macking on every girl and shit, giving her a damn breakdown. Come on, remember? Yeah, you a princess, you a daughter of Zion. You crazy as hell, bro. You gotta be diligent in your vocation. Because the Most High God, He gave you this gift. So what you gonna do, misuse it? You're gonna misuse it and you gonna lose it. The Most High God, He not mocked. We used to say that all the time to put that out there with the heathen, but we gotta understand the Most High God not mocked. Now apply that to yourself. How are you moving in this walk in your day-to-day life to where Are you thinking just because you're doing the minute things, the very small things, you may teach every Sunday, you may go to camp, teach every Sunday, every Saturday, you may go to camp every Saturday, but you're doing the bare minimum. You think you getting over on the Most High God, he see you not really putting this work in. What you got? You got something? Y'all got anything? Keep going on it. Keep going on it.
Verse 2, with all lowliness and meekness, with long suffering.
All lowliness and meekness, being humble with long suffering, going through that temptation, knowing that there's a gift on the other side. Go on, keep going. I want to say 1 Corinthians 8 and 25. 1 Corinthians 8 and 25.
It's 1 Corinthians chapter 9, verse 25.
Start at 23.
Verse 23. And that I do for the gospel's sake, that I might be partaker thereof with you. Know you not that they which run in a race run all, but one receiveth the prize. So run that you may obtain. And every man that strives for the mastery is temperate in all things.
It said, read that again. Every man that's striving for what?
Every man that strives for the mastery is temperate in all things.
And everybody that strives to get closer to the Most High God is temperate and diligent in all things. That's part of that long suffering that we're supposed to be in your vocation, in your job. Keep going.
And now they do it to obtain a corruptible crown. But the
men that are out here going on for their own lust and their own will, they do it for a corruptible crown to be seen in this world that's ultimately going to be destroyed.
But we are incorruptible.
Keep going. Yeah, you good.
And I therefore so run, not as uncertainly, so fight. Not as one.
We're going to read it again.
That beat the air.
Read it again.
Verse 26.
Yeah, go to 25 again. Read 25 again.
And every man that strives for the master is temperate in all things. Now they do it to obtain a corruptible crown, but we an incorruptible.
But what we work for in this vocation, we work for that incorruptible crown, something that's really going to mean something that's going to last forever, where moth nor rust can corrupt. We trying to store treasures in heaven. So we got to move diligently in this job, in our vocation, so we can ultimately get that incorruptible crown. We got to really check ourselves and examine ourselves and understand, what are we really doing this for? We really doing this because we want to please the Most High God and get our people? Or are we doing this for vainglory, to look good upon men right now, to get props right now? What are we really doing this for? But with that, I'm going to give Call Halal, Yahweh, Shemi Al-Shah, and say shalom.